Hi, everyone, and welcome to our market updates. Of course, I am Scott Royal Smith. I'm the owner of Royal Legal Solutions. It's your one-stop shop for everything asset protection, estate planning, and tax for real estate investors and entrepreneurs. I'm joined here today with Megan Templeton. We're giving you our market outlook for what we have going on here today. So Megan, how is the market looking?
Oh, my friend, it's looking good. It's exciting. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm personally ready to get 2021 out of my sight and into 2022. And I think we're going to have a fun market come 2022. First thing I think that is something to be aware of is, we've seen a pretty dramatic increase in housing prices over the past couple of years, and it's continued to rise steadily.
They've skyrocketed, haven't they? I mean, like every time I turn around, I was like, man, I could have just thrown money at a wall and I could have made money in 2021.
Right. I mean, and it's like a huge barrier to entry for a lot of our clients who want to get in this investing space just because they're getting outpriced. So what you're going to see is housing prices continue to go up, but it's going to slow this year. So from all the data I've been looking at, probably looking at a cap of about 2.93%, which is a pretty significant drop from last year. So you're going to see people be able to get in the market a little bit easier. If you've got some of those investments, you're wanting a larger return on it, maybe a year to hold that. But as far as acquiring new things and growing the portfolio, it's going to be a good time for it.
Can I ask you a little bit about that? Because like a 3% rise, like an asset prices, right, is dramatically lower.
Right.
I mean, that's dang near close to flat in terms of what we think for like typical, but at least it's still going up, right?
Yeah.
At some point here in the future, where probably asset prices are going to have to take a dip, right, for how much that they've run up, and we'll see, if and whenever that's going to happen, who's got the crystal ball on that. I was wondering though, when we talk about like housing prices only increasing by like 2.9%, I mean, that would say, well, great. Well, now like an appreciation play is not really the plays that were going to be available for us in 2022. But I'm wondering about like, what are the opportunities that we are seeing here? Is this like a good time potentially to, maybe do some flipping and start looking at like, hey, what are the good opportunities that we have with flipping, especially if, more people are buying assets that are more remotely located because they don't have to be located in a city, right? They can buy those quaint little properties that are for the millennials, those small starter homes that are lower price in kind of areas that are underdeveloped, and seeing as more and more people are moving out into the rural areas. Is that what you're seeing? I mean, those are some of the things that I've been thinking about. Are those some of the things that you've been thinking about and reading about?
Yeah, that's exactly. I mean, that's what I'm looking into. So you're seeing, because of the pandemic, and so many of us now are working from home almost exclusively. And I think that's going to continue to be the trend. I don't see everybody going back to the corporate office. And so inside of that, people are more portable and they're more willing to move out to the outskirts of town, find this cute little house and build a family there. And so inside of that, previously properties that weren't great for a flip because they weren't in a hot area, suddenly that's going to be changed. So you can look at these outskirts of town, you can look at these smaller little subdivisions, maybe get into states that you weren't familiar with before because you thought, hey, maybe nobody's living there. People might explore that now. So you're going to see, particularly, like you said, starter homes, because it's going to be the younger folks who are going to be looking to invest in those. You're going to see them snatch up quicker. So I think getting into the flipping right now is a great way to do it. And you're going to see more alternative type investments come into play as well. So I know you and I touched on the idea of crypto a couple of weeks ago. That's going to be another thing. You've got this new opportunity opened up that, part of it comes from the pandemic, part of it comes from a younger generation trying to get in the game. And so look at those flips, look at alternatives, but yeah, you're going to see a different type of market coming in this year when it comes to what folks are looking to buy and how they want to hold it. So as opposed to flips versus long-term holds.
When you're looking at like some of the investment strategy here about, some of the people I know are, they have significant equity that they got like here on the properties, right? And they're saying, well, what should I be doing? Maybe should I be just leaving the equity in there, or should I go ahead and pull that equity out because the interest rates are lower now? We expect the interest rates to go up here in 2022. What kind of considerations do you typically think about when you have somebody that's asking you like, hey, well, what should I do with this equity? Should I pull it out at the lower interest rates and look to reinvest it in 2022? Or should I take the safer route and have a lower mortgage payment? Because like, wow, the world's just too scary, to be able to take on the extra risk of pulling that money out.
Yeah, that's a great thing to be thinking about. So we're probably going to see interest rates go up this year. I think we've had 2 years previously now. We've seen low rates and also a ramification of the pandemic, but they're going to go up a little bit this year. I'd start pulling that money out, and as house prices are not going to rise as quickly anyways, let's go ahead and reinvest those funds in things that are going to have a higher multiplier. It would be great to have a lower mortgage payment, but you're going to see more fees coming into play with mortgages this year, I believe. So I think the smarter move, like you said, is to go ahead and pull it out.
Yeah, and then look for like what investments are we going to see that are going to potentially be like a diversification, either into different types of real estate investing, right? That could come up for us where we're still going to have good deals. I mean, there's always going to be deals out there, right? Yeah. And the access to those deals as we see more investments come online here, especially with using blockchain to be able to purchase into different types of syndications and other investments. So your access to get into investments will be increased here in 2022. And you might also be thinking about like different types of diversification. I know people that are really worried about inflation. One of the reasons they like real estate is because they're paying off their debt that they have today with future dollars that are worth less, right? So you actually inflate your debt away. But also there's a double play, is that the debt helps you protect from inflation, but also the money that you might pull out from your equity could be reinvested in things like cryptocurrency that the government's not allowed to just print an infinite number at their own desire of, right? Yep. So a lot of people are sheltering their money inside of crypto, not because they're like really playing the crypto game of like, hey, I'm going to buy and sell this low like I'm trading currencies, you would, but just saying like, hey, listen, this is a great place to just store wealth that we have come into it. And the flip side of that, though, is that there will be forced appreciation inside of crypto just because there's more people entering the market. It's already has, they already have like ETFs associated with that. There's already major companies that are associated with crypto. Crypto is a real asset class, and it's a real asset class that we would expect to have increased demand as people have more familiarity with it. So not only should it hold value, we should expect those values to increase as long as you're smart with it. You're able to buy the crypto with your retirement accounts and able to self-direct how you want to purchase any of those cryptos if it's a place that is appropriate with you. But it's a great place to look as another hedge against inflation, along with your debt that you have in real estate. So Megan, how did I cover off like on that topic? Is there anything else that you have to add to that?
I don't think so, Fred. I mean, I think you covered it all. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. It is a growing model. It is something I think everybody should be looking to get into, and I think it's only become more accessible. So that's where I'd be looking at in 2022 is how can I get into this rising trend of assets,
Yeah, like what's the big play? What's can I buy now and hold on to it, for the next 5-10 years, but know that I have it liquid if I need to. Yep. And then also being able to buy that with your retirement accounts is a great way to be able to shelter that money from tax and then turn around and be able to buy an asset easily through one of your wallets that you have there. Yeah. Great, guys. So we'll go ahead and wrap up today on our market updates we have for you here. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about what's going on in the market, I don't think anybody has a crystal ball, but writing those generalized trends of what do we think is going to happen is usually a safe place to go. And I don't know if you invest like I do, but I like to keep things going up and to the right. I don't like whipsaws down, and I don't gamble, not with my investments. So love bringing you guys this wisdom here today, and look forward to being able to educate on these topics more as things develop here for us coming into the new year.